All right, dumbass OBS. Let's get this show on the road. Uh, yeah, let's just get straight into it. So today, today, today we had a couple of big moves. Today we had a lot of stocks fade on us. I don't know if I saved all of them. Let's see here. PXLY faded on us pretty bad. You can see the gap here. Uh, I don't know what the reason for this would be. I mean, you could speculate all you want. No one knows. I just think, it looks like it got rejected here for some reason. Got rejected off the top at 244 twice. Um, I like, I'm not sure. I don't really see any overhead resistance at 244. Like, I have to scroll pretty far. Like, I mean, this would seem like it. That's in August 2022. That's a long time ago. How much that plays a part, I don't think it does that much. I think what really happened today was the market was just fading, and the market's been running hot. It's been running on fire. So you have days like this, and you just have to be wary of them. I took very little trades today because my market awareness is pretty good now. I've been doing this for a while. So to get us started here, I took this trade. I've been talking about these bounces. DWAC kind of bounced, but not really. Like, this is not what I'm looking for. I look for clean bounces like this. This didn't happen. It looked like this morning that this bullfrog wanted to do it. It didn't do it, and I didn't like how the action was looking, so I sold out almost immediately. Thank goodness for that. So I barely lost any money on that trade. But the trades I did take today was, well, before we even get there, let's see my positions. My positions has changed since yesterday. I don't even know the positions that I had. I think I didn't have APPF, did I? No, I got rid of APPF yesterday. No, I had Sophie. So Sophie, you can see heavy reversion. Like I said, I seen this coming this morning. This morning, the stock was battling. It was battling in pre-market. If I look at the 5 minute, I can show you it was battling in pre-market. It was down a decent amount in pre-market and it came out hot, and then it reversed. And I'm sitting there looking like, okay, this thing just recovered all the pre-market loss and then just reversed. So when it started reversing and broke VWAP, I said, hey, I'm out of here. And that was pretty much it for me. Now, this is something that I struggle with getting out. I get out early usually, so I usually protect my my gains. But today just happened to work out. But I mean, like for APPF, I did that. You can see it reversed in the morning. APPF, I sold out, and it went up for the rest of the day. So I mean, it's you can never get it perfectly right. I mean, it's a give and take. But I usually sell out early. That's just the person I am. I don't know. I'm trying to work on it. That's one of the things I want to do is hold longer. But today, in conditions like today, I think it's a lot more justifiable, even though I don't think it's really that justifiable ever. My plan is to try to get into these slower stocks and with momentum and ride them out as high as possible. But let's talk about the best trades of today. And let me pull up my notepad to see. We can talk about what are the characteristics we're looking at when we analyze these stocks when we're doing our reviews. And this might be something to make a good short of, like, what are we analyzing? So the things that we're looking at is the stock chart. I mean, you want to see visual representation of whatever you're looking at. So that's the first thing. So for example, if we're talking about Nexi or Mark, I think Mark is a better example because it actually had entries. But I guess Nexi, because everything doesn't have like this super, nice entry. So some things you got to wait around for. And I mean, you can guesstimate and try to get in all you want and just risk it and gamble if that's what you want to do. So Nexi, you see start off the day pretty empty. This is what the chart looked like if we just go bar by bar real quick. Right, so even got some halt on the 5 minute. And our first entry would have really came at around here. This is where I actually entered, was around here. But we'll get back to that later. But I'm just showing off the chart right now. You can see this is kind of how I look. So, and for example, this is a 237% move in a day. That's why we're targeting these stocks, because I believe with execution and proper risk management, these stocks are probably the most profitable when you have a small account, right? And my account's not exactly small, but I can get into these stocks in and out, and I don't have to really worry about illiquid problems and stuff like that, like the stock being illiquid or me just running into a dry spot, not being able to get out, or me just moving the whole stock by entering. So my position size into these stocks, I can get in and out. So you want to take advantage of this. I mean, this is one of the main things you want to take advantage of. So, like I said, Nexi ran up 243%. So what is the characteristics? A lot of stocks won't do these. It's a specific type of stock that does stuff like this. So what do these specific stocks usually have? Well, let me show you. It starts with the float. I can probably zoom in too, can I? Yeah, I can. So we'll do that today. So it starts with the float and market cap. Oh, well, there we go. So it starts with the float and market cap, right? These things are important. The float is 23.6 million market cap. Smaller the float, the more you're overturning your float, the more likely you're going to be able to move the stock. And small market caps just have like different characteristics than higher market cap stocks. Like mega caps don't move that fast. Small and micro, they move pretty fast, and that could be due to the float. Like I'm not going to go into the science of it, but that's the characteristics. You can see the stock has a very high ADR. You can already see in the past it has ran up 200% before in a couple of days, 100% in a day. So you already have all the characteristics here that shows like, hey, this stock can move, and that's what you want to see. You want to be trading for this strategy. You want to be trading a stock that can move and has potentially already shown it. Like same thing in 2021 with all the meme stocks. When, hey, these are the meme stocks that we're trading. All of them can go. They all can blow up. They all can explode in a couple of days. If that's what you're looking for is a meme stock, then that's what you should be trading, something that can blow up if you're going to take the risk in setups like that. So moving forward, what is the technical strategy of trading these? Well, for this one today, I mean, we're mainly doing intraday breakouts. We're day trading them, in other words, right? So when we start off here, and this was my best trade of the day. I don't think this was the best trade of the day because there wasn't a good entry. But yeah, so we start off here. It actually gapped down, but the previous day had already ran a lot. So let's just cover that. The previous day had already made a 100% move, and it just spiked out of nowhere with no previous day volume. So, yesterday was the day I got alerted about it, and I put it on my small cap tracker over here. And I just said, hey, if this thing goes again, I know it has potential to really blow up if it's a multi-day runner, because yesterday, it just put in a big move. And you can see today it almost doubled the volume of yesterday. So we're getting a lot of good signs here that this thing can move. And right off the gate in the morning, it just broke. Now, once again, I know a lot of people like to take opening range highs on things. This is 13% opening range high. This would have been great if you took it and it can run 200% in a day, but realistic, you don't know that. And opening range highs are usually not the best. But I guess like maybe on something that's not a gapper, you could have took this. I don't know. I haven't really studied that much, so I can't really call it personally. But I am looking into it. I actually got a study going, and we'll probably be looking at it soon. 1 minute opening range high. I would probably never do this on opening range highs on stocks like these. I just don't think it's. I don't think it's that valuable. We'll start off with a very 1 point. The opening bar was like 2%, and it went down. So yeah. And then when it broke, you would have had like a 2% risk. If that's literally how you want to trade this on like a 1 minute open range high, which is absolutely crazy. But it actually didn't break that opening range high low. So I mean, you literally could have made a killer trade if you took that. But once again, the odds of this happening, I don't think there's like a real edge. But if you catch one of these, I mean, yeah, you'd have made like 100% of your account if you'd have did a 1% risk or whatever with a 2%, 1.65. So either way it goes, I don't trade these like that, but that is an option. The way I trade them is simply I look for a consolidation and a range break on higher volume happening. So we're taking it. This thing's just it's just running. It's just popping off real big, and it actually halted right here. And I remember when it halted, I said, "Huh, maybe I should try to get in if it breaks down and then breaks the high of the halt." And I thought maybe that would be a decent strategy. That would have worked. I never studied this, and I don't have any type of like halt data, so I don't know. Um, so yeah, I didn't enter on that, and you can see this thing's still running. We got another halt here. This thing's just taking off, and so now it's already up 145%. So we know it can make a move. And usually, if a stock is up 145% and it wants to collapse, it's going to collapse. But if it holds at the top of that, I think that's usually a good sign of strength. So it's holding at the top of this, right? I don't even think I took it there. I don't think that's my entry because this doesn't look like something I would take. But it's holding at the top here, and you see it start to consolidate slowly. It's just starting to consolidate. The volume got lowered. This volume was huge, and the volume just gets lowered. And let's see what the next bar looks like. So this is what we're looking at down here, this volume. And let's see what the next bar looks like. Okay, so next bar has, it is increasing volume and it breaks here. I don't think this was my entry. I'm pretty sure it's not. But you can see there was some points like the closes here. So this is where it opened, so that really doesn't count. But then you get another rejection bar here, and then it finally breaks that rejection bar. This is also right at 20, a very clean, precise number for a break. But I'm pretty sure I didn't take that. That wasn't my entry. Okay, so if you took this at 20 though, let's say that's what you wanted to do and you thought that was a good entry, could use the lower candle. Like I always say, you can use the lower candle or you can use the low of the previous candle, or you could have used the low of the consolidation range. That's 13%. I wouldn't do that. Low of previous candle is a 10%. That's not that bad. For something that can move 100%, that's something that is moving 100%. Or you could have used the low of the candle, the 5-minute breakout bar, right? So the low of the breakout bar, that's a 7%. That's actually pretty damn good on something like this with a 45 ADR, right? So we got 7. You took that one, you get 7% risk. And then the maximum you could have got out of this is like 43%. It broke here at 15%. So that's like a 2R trade. Decent trade there, right? So now we're looking at it. It's consolidating. And I mean, it's I I don't know. I don't like it. Like I don't like this consolidation. This consolidation was clean right here, kind of, but it didn't really break any range, and it didn't break anything on volume. So like, yeah, I just skip over that. That's pretty easy for me to avoid. So I'm trying to see where's my entry. Okay, so now we're looking clean. So this had to be where my entry was coming up. So now we're getting this nice little neat consolidation after this pullback, and it's kind of consolidating in this like supply area that it was just at, or this area of demand where it was just at, right? So um scroll over. Yeah, then we get a breakout bar on high volume. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So I entered here, and then my stop would have been, I don't know, I would have took the high of one of these, probably this 25. So we can just 25, and you got like a 5% stop. So now we have like a 5% stop. If you use the lower candle, you have like a 3% stop, and then you would have got stopped out. So that was one entry, and you would have lost on that. And then we come over here, and the trade breaks down. Huh, interesting. So where did I enter next? Then I must have entered over here, because I did enter the trade. So let's see. I entered Nexi at I entered Nexi at 24 something. 24.54. So where's 24.54? Okay, so I enter Nexi at 24.54. Where is that? So I enter Nexi on this bar then. It looks like. Yeah, so I entered Nexi on this bar. So probably when it broke, I should have entered, I guess, when it broke this high or maybe this high. Yeah, so I probably tried to enter when it broke this high on this volume right here. And looks like I sold out. I don't know. So did I win on this trade or did I sell out at 24.54? No, I sold at 24.54. So I entered at 29. I entered at 23.94. So 29.94. So I tried to get in at the top of this bar here when it broke this on this volume bar, which is decent. I'm surprised I didn't re-add here because this looks way better, but maybe because my position was already in. And then I sold out. So 23.94 and I sold out at 24 something. I remember like when this thing reverted, I said, I don't really like this trade. And I just kind of market sold out right when it was riding this line, this 9 EMA. So that was the trade. That was the best. This was the best stock of the day. I think the correct entry was probably here, but I think that's a little bit forced. I don't know. Over time, I'll develop a better understanding. But yeah, let's just mark up this chart then. Yeah, nope, that's not how you mark up the chart. Let's see. Oh, that's not what we wanted to do. That was a mistake. Is it G6? Okay, it. Oh no. Oh, okay. This is height. Okay, I'm tripping. All right, so we got a pretty big flag here. So we got a pretty, a pretty measured move, right? So like, I mean, we got a huge flag, you know. So from here to here or whatever. I don't know how we want to draw this. I drew this very stupid, but this is like a 234% move, right? Um, like 234%. Uh, and then we get some consolidation here. How do I draw my lines? Let's make this orange. And we could have got an entry here. So that's a breakout bar. Your stop could have been yeah, stops are supposed to be red. So your stop could have been here. Stop was like I think what was this when I said stop? Was this was 7%? So stop was like 10%. Yeah, a 10% stop here. You also could have used lower candle. So you could have used the lower candle stop, which was 7%. Try to redo that last part. 7%. This is sloppy. I probably should just type that out. Whatever. Um, and then we got some more, I guess, consolidation here that I took. This doesn't look good though. I think in hindsight, I think this looks bad, but in real time, I thought, hey, like this is reversing. Why not give it a shot? It's been the strongest stock of the day. I didn't take any trades today, stuff other than this bullfrog. But I think this one is not that great. But I do think this entry was good here, and I was thinking about taking it, but I just didn't have the balls, honestly. Anyways, your exit would have been like I always exit when it breaks the EMA. So this is your